I think that this day has the potential to either be incredible or an epic train wreck. To most people, the first of the year is a special day. It's an opportunity to reinvent and renew, to turn the pages on the old and look ahead to the future. To birders, the first of the year is special for a slightly different reason. With the birding totals from 2021 wiped clean and a brand new year of rarities and adventures awaiting, is one of the most exciting times of the year. Per tradition, I spent the first day of 2022 trying to see how many species I could find in a single day. With Derek in Louisiana, my friends Rob and Eric accompanied me on a trip that would take us from the southern part of the state all the way to Green Bay. In addition to finding a high quantity of species, our route was also set up to find some of the rarest birds in the state, including a tufted duck, harlequin duck, and spotted towhee among others. Our first stop, the South Kettle Moraine State Forest. We're at our first location. It is really cold and really windy out. We're going to see if we can hear some owls because we actually got here before daylight, so wish us some luck. Here, we picked up our first birds of 2022 when we heard the call of an adorable owl species. Heard a screech owl calling, and now we're hearing some dark-eyed juncos too. For getting here before daylight, this was a pretty solid stop to get 2 of them on the board already.
Wild.
What do you got to do when you find your first of the year bird?
It is imperative that you write them down.
After officially tallying our first birds of the new year, we went to check the feeders at the Kettle Moraine State Forest Southern Unit headquarters, where a plethora of birds were already there, even though the light was still dim.
Crows.
Nice.
Write it down. Solid stop.
Yeah. Next place?
Let's do it.
Alright. Starting off pretty well so far. We got a lot of good species at the South Kettle Moraine State Forest. I think we got pretty much all of our target species, and it's still actually pretty dark out, so the sun has not really come up in any good way to light anything, so a lot of the videos were dark, but we're doing well so far. We left the Southern Unit headquarters, and on the way out noticed a red-tailed hawk. We also added European starling and discussed one of our biggest challenges for the day, the frigid and windy weather. So I looked at the forecast for Green Bay, and I thought that I saw that Green Bay doesn't have snow anymore today. Yeah.
It, like when I looked at it the other day, it was less than an inch, so it doesn't surprise me. They decreased Milwaukee, so.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That'll work in our favor. The wind won't, but that will.
But yeah, the wind. That is a formidable foe.
Especially having to go near the lake. That tufted duck might be a rough one to find.
Yeah, that's why I'm buckled up. I have more layers than an onion.
It's a good move.
Absolutely.
By the time we arrived at our destination, it was light out. We walked a paved path past some trees where we added house finches. We continued on the trail, hoping to find some new birds that had stayed north to spend the winter. So we're at an area right now where there have been some holdover migrants like sandhill cranes, great blue heron. So I don't know if they'll still be here, but they've been reported recently. This path is slippery. I feel like the odds of going down are high, so we gotta go slow. Along the way, we encountered a flock of common redpolls and a hairy woodpecker. We also heard the calls of the golden-crowned kinglet in some of the bushes lining the trail. We made our way to the open water where we saw mallards, Canada geese, a barely visible great blue heron, and sandhill cranes, a somewhat rare bird to see in the winter. Next, we headed east toward the lake, picking up pigeon on the way, when suddenly we got news of a rarity that had just showed up in a convenient location. What just happened?
Purple sandpiper just showed up in Milwaukee.
And where do we happen to be going?
Milwaukee.
Alright, let's do it. Purple sandpiper would be a life bird for me. It's one I've been looking for or wanting to find for a while now, so this would be a huge way to start the first of the year. Upon arrival, many other birders were there and quickly got us on the bird. After watching for a while, the ruddy turnstone that had been hanging around all winter flew in and joined in the foraging with the purple sandpiper. Also in the marina were other species, including buffleheads, red-breasted mergansers, coots, common goldeneyes, and herring gulls. We also ran into a lot of birders around Milwaukee who, just like us, were on the lookout for rarities.
We thought we'd come stop here first. We were going to look for the tufted duck. We were watching your YouTube the other day. And
oh, really?
We were going to go to the petroleum pier, and then we stopped here first. And there's a couple of guys I've met around here before. They said they had a purple sandpiper. So here we are on a cold morning in Milwaukee, first of the year, and starting off with a good one, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you must be a happy camper.
Oh yeah. That was awesome.
I like how that ruddy just flew in there too. We don't even have to go searching for it anywhere now.
That's convenient for sure.
Yeah, that helps a ton. Got water all over my lens from the lake just coming up over the break wall.
It's not salt water.
That's true. Just got to the purple sandpiper. It was a life bird for myself and for Eric, so that was really cool. And then the ruddy turnstone just flew in too. That was a bird that we were going to have to look for, and it just made it easy for us. So now we're going to see if the tufted duck is there. It would be crazy to get a tufted duck and a purple sandpiper within an hour of each other. So let's see if we can get this done. Feeling good about getting the purple sandpiper, we made the drive to the spot where the tufted duck had been seen, along with a large raft of other ducks. The wind made visibility very challenging, as waves often obstructed viewing. Nonetheless, we found many new birds for the day. Unfortunately, we couldn't pick out the tufted duck. However, upon reviewing the videos the next day, I was able to find it floating along in a large group. Since we couldn't get a solid identification of it at the time, we'll have to go see it again if we want it on our 2022 list. We moved south to the Lake Express ferry terminal. Scanning the choppy waters, we noted a great blackback gull on a concrete wall, and a few long-tailed ducks out on the lake. We just got through the spot where the tufted duck was supposed to be, and the tufted duck was our first miss, so that was a bummer, but we're getting a lot of other cool birds. We got long-tailed duck now, we got great blackback gull. Now we're going to go try to find a California gull that was reported yesterday, so we'll see if it's there, and we'll see if we can pick it out. It will probably be a lot of gulls, but we have close to 40 birds now, so we're doing really well. It's still early in the day, so yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Northridge Lake, the place where the California gull had been seen, consisted of hundreds of gulls loafing on the ice. We picked out ring-billed gulls and an Iceland gull, along with a common merganser at this location. We also spotted 2 Great Lakes gulls, hybrids between herring and great blackbacked. In addition, we ran into our friend Bill, who was also out birding on the first. This is your first one, Junko?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It was okay. I was alright with it.
You gonna have a junk kind of year?
No, I hope not. I hope not.
After checking every single gull, we came to the conclusion that the California was not present. To put an official end to the gulling, a bald eagle soared overhead, sending the birds into a frenzy. Missed on the California gull. It didn't seem like it was any of those birds that were there, so we're probably just too late on that one, or it's just somewhere else. So we're going to keep heading north and see if we can pick up some more species. We still have a good total going, so I think we're only like 10 birds away from probably one of the best first of year totals I've ever had, so that's really exciting. So maybe we can pick up some more rarities and shatter that old record that I had. Next, we meandered north, perusing the country roads. In the process, we added house sparrow and northern harrier to the list. When we arrived in Sheboygan, it was extremely windy. We scoured the lake for the 2 harlequin ducks that had been there for much of the previous year, but had no luck. We did, however, find an American black duck, a wood duck, and a merlin. On the way out of Sheboygan, we had 2 predatory bird sightings. Got Cooper's hawk, which we saw fly up in a tree, and then a northern shrike was chasing a bird as we were getting onto the freeway. So that was a cool 2 birds to see, and now we're headed to Green Bay. As we drove north to Green Bay, we gave Derek a call to see how he was doing in Louisiana.
Yeah, we are at like 20-ish species, 22.
Tell him the total, Rob.
50.
We got 50. Shortly after, we added 2 more, tallying wild turkey and rough-legged hawk. We made it to our first of 3 planned stops in Green Bay, where a Townsend solitaire had been reported. We walked up and down the roads lined with evergreens, hoping it would make an appearance. Although it never did, we still added American robin, cedar waxwing, and sharp-shinned hawk. We just dipped on the Townsend solitaire, and honestly we missed pretty much all of our rare birds that we had set out to find, and the one that we did find, we didn't even know it was going to be there with the purple sandpiper until today. And with the nature of what we're doing and trying to get as many birds as we can in a day, it's tough with the rare ones because you could spend hours looking, but that's hours looking for just one bird, and even though it is rare, it's not really what we're trying to do today. So we haven't been sticking around too long at these places, but hopefully we can finish strong with getting the spotted towhee, which would be a really nice way to kind of complete the day, and maybe we can get a few more birds. What's nice at least is that when we are going to these spots looking for rare birds, we're finding some others that we didn't have so far for the day, so it's still been good even though we've missed out on a lot of our rarities. Next up was Ken Ewer's nature area, where a spotted towhee had been seen often. Here we hit the sparrow jackpot as they were coming out to feed on seed that was placed on the road. White-throated sparrows, American tree sparrows, and numerous white-crowned sparrows all made themselves visible. Then the spotted towhee arrived, putting on a great show and marking the 2nd year in a row that I was able to see one on the first of the year. How are we feeling, guys?
Great. Paramount.
Paramount. Well, this was actually a really cool spot. We got a bunch of sparrows we didn't have already, so that definitely helps out the cause. And we have a little bit of time left to go somewhere else now to finish up, and got another rare bird, so that's great, and another lifer for Eric too. We then ventured to our final stop of the day, Voyer Park. With open waters and little time to search the impressive amount of waterfowl, we scrambled to pick out something we hadn't seen yet. It's starting to get dark out. We only need a few more birds to get to 60. Let's see if we can get these last couple. Rob quickly got eyes on a northern pintail, and soon after found a hooded merganser. We also noticed a few American white pelicans taking shelter under a building that overhung the river. With the sun going down and the air getting even colder, we decided to end our search. Call her a day?
Call it a day. It's a solid day. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
We ended the day with a personal best 62 species on the first of the year. It was a great day from start to finish, picking up 2 state rarities and a handful of species that aren't typically found in the state in winter. We had a great time spending the whole day searching for birds, and are looking forward to doing it again next year. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding. I think that this day has the potential to either be incredible or an epic train wreck. Well, it's better than a pigeon. Although some of my best years have started with pigeons.
I actually kind of like pigeons. But we got to write it down. Write it down.
And then we will write him down.
It is imperative that you write him down.